What's up, everyone?
Hey everyone, how's it going? Yeah, dude, I just got sticky keys from holding down my shift space thing before I started because you kept talking about right off the bat. Here we are.
Good, a good
How
bit.
many months later has it taken to finally do this?
Damn. So what? You started the show
January was the first time we recorded, I think, because that was on my birthday.
You're right, because it was your birthday. Because we got you cookies. Because I had to wait in line at the fucking Tiff Streets for about 15 minutes, but they were worth it.
Yeah, Tiff
Totally
Streets are
worth it.
good. Insomnia Cookie is basically just the Nashville version of Insomnia Cookies. Let me pull up. I had a whole ass note in my phone for shit I wanted to talk about. I know what we can start with because I was listening to Why So Serious yesterday. Were you tuned in?
I'm always tuned into Why So Serious.
Dude.
Always.
I wish that I didn't work on Tuesdays as much as I do. I had Tuesday off this week, so I could listen to it. Then I got dinner with Jeff. You remember Jeff Deary from Weagle?
I don't think I ever met him, but I remember you talk about him all the time. Like you always, I don't know, you were more involved with that than I was.
Yeah, we got dinner the other day, but it was after I listened to Thomas's show, man. And I think I sent a meme to you earlier that day. Hold on, I think it's picking up that scratch.
Oh yeah, my bad. I should.
Fine. Do you want something to?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll take.
You can take that. Or you can take the
football.
spinner, man. Whatever you want.
I'll take the football.
I got
it'll be quieter.
the pipe thing too. Yeah, this thing's kind of. You can probably hear that a little bit, but where was I going with the? Oh, I sent in a meme to you of the GTA 5 3-star music in the background.
Oh,
you
yeah,
remember
yeah.
that? Whenever we would, dude, on Why So Serious, we were unhinged on that show.
We
wouldn't
some
just bullshit around. We would go full on, like, talk about people breaking into the studio. Hey, this is a person that is on the run for the police.
we had some good bits, and I remember I was listening to. So I'm a terrible friend. I hate to see my friends actually succeed. I pray on all their downfalls because I always want to be the most successful one of my friends.
Yeah, I mean,
so,
if that's not how you are, then
I waited until literally Tuesday night to listen to your first show.
That's okay.
It's been a while. I know I've been trying to get around to it, but I was listening to the prologue. And I mean, the intro was like, okay, whatever. It's just JP talking about whatever. And then you cut into the car, and it's like, let's talk about receding hairlines and aliens. And I was like, all right, this is Alex Jones' Why So Serious show right here.
So, well, I recorded that. I think it was on Valentine's Day when I was on my way to work, and I did that. Sometimes, man, if I just have a crazy thought in my head when I wake up in the morning, I want to talk to someone about it before I'm at work, and then I say some outrageous shit. So I just talk to myself. Dude, look at Momo go, man.
I'm gonna have to kick the cat out of the
hold on. I might have to pause that because he's about to spill one of the beers that we got here. All right, I'm gonna start it back up, and I'm gonna narrate as Willard walks back over to his chair. But yeah, Mr. Will Roots joining me today on whatever episode this is gonna end up being. I might even just post it next week. Today's date is Thursday.
Damn. I get fast tracked.
April 20. What is it? The 27th. 25th?
I don't even know. Every day is the same thing.
Jeez, man.
I'm just kidding. It's just
Day
one
in
of those
the
things.
life of a man
It's
that
one of
works
those things you have to say when you're in a quarter-life crisis, you know?
That's very true. Every day's. What is the thing from Fight Club? Every day is a copy of a copy. I haven't seen that movie enough. I don't really like that movie that much, though, to be honest.
I caught it the other day on TV. It was just, I don't know, it was just there. I got home from work, and I had really nothing to do. I was going to go to the gym, and I was like, you know what? What are some excuses to not go to the gym right now? So I just turned on TV, and it was Fight Club, and I was like, shit, I might as well just watch this movie instead.
Just watch Fight Club instead?
Yeah.
I understand that. But I remember trying to watch it, I think, my junior year of college with my roommates, and it just, I don't know if it's my type of movie, man. For real, like, I don't know if it's my vibe.
I'm thinking I'm going to read the book.
The book? I didn't even know there was a book. Of course there's a book. If David Fincher made it, it's probably a book before.
So I went out, and I got a library card.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've done that yet. Or
Nope.
if you treat
I
yourself
still
to a
don't have
library
my
card
license yet.
Oh, man. No license to read?
Huh?
Oh, you can't read. I forgot. Yeah.
No,
that's why you do a podcast. I mean,
exactly.
You talk. You don't write.
I'll say that on my tours. I'm like, I may not know how to read, but in Alabama they taught me how to talk. That's why I do what I do. I don't go full on Southern, but dude, my delivery now, the public speaking is through the roof compared to even what it was 3 months ago now.
My work is mostly just, I don't even know. Whatever.
Working for Giant Cigarettes.
Working for Big Tobacco. I mean, kind of right now.
I don't know why, but I just imagine your bosses are those thumbs from Spy Kids 1, but instead of a thumb, it's a cigarette and a suit.
It's like, actually, wait, no. So, not even with that, but to completely sidetrack away from that, I was looking through Twitter the other day, and I saw a meme. It was like, back in, I think it was the 50s or 60s, like that was when the reports started to come out that cigarettes were carcinogenic, and
When was this? The 50s, 60s?
I don't remember the exact. It was either the 50s or the 60s, I think, just off the top of my head.
Yeah.
And it was right when, I guess, studies were starting to come out saying that cigarettes were causing cancer. So one company came out and they introduced a cigarette with a micronite filter.
What is that?
It's asbestos.
Ah, nice.
They made an asbestos filter for your cigarette. So yeah, that's basically what my job is. I'm trying to think of ways to get people more addicted to tobacco.
This makes me really want a cigarette, so I think you're doing a good job.
Yeah, no, I mean, come on, there's nothing better than a cig. I mean, you got a beer.
Inside, too?
Yeah,
Dude,
absolutely. Just moved to the new place.
What's the worst possible place you could smoke a cigarette at?
What
is there a bad place?
Your parents' funeral who just died of lung cancer.
Yeah. I'd say
that's probably
bad.
the worst one that I could think of off the dome.
Yeah, I think that might be one of the worst places I can think of.
Let's get dark.
Inside the funeral home, at the wake.
At
the wake, and then you
with the coffin
ash.
open. Oh my
God, that's outrageous.
Oh, okay. So a little bit of another dark, not like kind of humorous, but dark at the same time. It was when my grandmother passed away. I was 11.
Yeah.
And we're all at the wake, and my little cousin, he's probably like, maybe he's like 3 or 4 at the time. No, he's not. He's probably like 4 years old at the time. So we're taking him in, and all right, let's go see grandma. And we go in, and like my aunt's holding him in his arms, or in her arms, and he's like, "Grandma," and he starts tapping her on the forehead. And we're all just like, what the hell? So we're like, you know what? This is a sad moment, but that was at least kind of funny.
Oh, so she opened casket and he was like trying to shake her
he was
awake.
just like, no, it wasn't even like shaking her awake. He was just tapping her on the forehead, just beat her up. I guess she owed him some money or something. I don't know.
And he was smoking the whole time too?
Yeah, he was. It's probably the nicotine buzz that got to him.
I bet, dude. Might have to cut that one out. My editing speed has gotten faster. This computer, the laptop, this is the end of the era for the laptop. The laptop's still going to go on the road. This will be the road recording computer, but I'm a PC man.
You made a big upgrade today.
I did. Just big upgrade, man. It's exciting.
So you're the proud owner of a car
PC.
payment and a PC now.
Yeah. Well, the car payment's almost done. Believe it or not, I'm almost done with that. I've got 2 more months, and then the car will be paid off. I could probably just pay it off all right now, but I'm trying to get better at doing things in intervals instead of just like, I have the cash, blow it right now on that. Nah, I save a little bit.
Save your money.
And then I spent. There goes my iPhone, of course.
Shout out iPhone.
Yeah. But, dude, another thing, like, this show is already off the rip exactly what I thought it was going to be of last time, like with Why So Serious, how we would just say random shit. And I wrote down something that I think everyone needs to hear is just keep saying wild and outrageous all the time. Not all the time.
No, you got to keep it tame every now and then.
Yeah, you got to tame it down a little bit, but it's fun to just say wild and outrageous stuff in the right context where people know that you're just,
I don't know. I feel like I'm going to be repeating some of the topics from last time just because I like some of the stuff we talked about. I was like,
I can pull that stuff up because I know we talked about how my old car was like the one that a girl in a broke college sorority would drive.
Oh yeah, we did go on a lot of sorority fraternity rants.
I specifically remember saying that CRV is something that like a broke girl sorority like Kappa Alpha Theta would drive. So I'm gonna throw that one back in there and see who all I can upset with that one.
I feel like not every single girl. This is definitely a generalization, but a lot of girls in college they all drove a 2007 Honda CRV.
A lot of them did. Not the one with the wheel in the back, but the one just like mine, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I miss that car sometimes, but I'm so happy that I have my newer car. It's heavier, it's bigger, and I'm chilling in it. I got seat warmers. And now that I think about it, I really don't even miss that car that much. Well, I guess I'm a f***ing liar.
Rest in peace. I'm going to go cry now. Funny story about JP. I got in his car. A few months ago. We were going to some bar with a buddy, and JP was driving. He had a few drinks, so he's like, all right, give me the keys. So we get in his car, and I get in the passenger seat. It's pretty cold outside. It's like January. I turn the seat heater up to 3. JP looks at me. He goes, he gave me the worst look ever. I was like, what's wrong, dude? He goes, it's like, I don't want you to burn the seats. And he turned the seat heater down to 2.
I know, dude. It's ridiculous. It's such a ridiculous thing for me to do, but it's the most me type of thing to do. I don't know. Just it gets so hot so fast. And it's cloth seats, so I'm terrified that something's gonna. Dude,
it flashbangs your butthole.
Someone bumped my car door, my front door.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, when I tell you, when I came out and I saw that, I was so pissed. I still look at it every time I get in the car. I'm like, oh, whoever that was is a son of a.
It's just on site.
Yeah, it's on site for whoever it is. Now, I mean, I'm over it, but man, I had only had that car for how long have I lived here now? I've had that car
almost a year now.
as long as
you got that car right at the beginning, like August.
literally
or
the
something
day I moved. The day I moved here. Well, drove in from
the second time you moved here, because you moved here twice now.
Yeah. Because I lived in Old Hickory for like 2-3 months, however long, 90 days. I lived there for the summer, and then I got the car because I was on the road. I was on the move for like 2 straight months. Then I finally moved here in September of last year. So I got that car on the day that I left town, and now we're chilling with it, and it's baller. Dude, I don't know why I wrote some of this stuff down for us to talk about. I think I wrote all this stuff down at like 12:45 in the morning. I was like, oh, what's some stuff for us to talk about?
Yeah,
let's talk about researching about the dark web. Not like actually going on the dark web,
Researching
but like
about the
figuring
dark web?
I don't know anything about it. We can talk about it if you want, or we can talk about something else. But I just wrote it down with one night in the middle of the night. I was like, ooh, we should talk about that.
I wonder what you were thinking when that. Oh,
I think it was. Keep going.
I don't know about dark web. I guess this kind of pertains to like maybe non. I don't know. Dark web is interesting. But this kind of goes along maybe related to like Bitcoin. I guess there was an interview I saw today about a guy who he gave some dude 10,000 Bitcoin to get him 2 pizzas like 12 years ago.
Okay.
He had like a ton of Bitcoin. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna convert this to like the actual pay of what it would be worth to like buy a pizza. So he sent it to somebody, and the guy sent him a pizza.
Okay.
And then now it's worth $208 million.
Oh, the pizza or the Bitcoin?
Well, I don't know. It must have been a really good pizza. It's
I
like
bet that pizza was fire. What was the pizza from?
Shoot, I don't know.
What about the toppings?
He didn't give a rundown. It's like anchovies and pineapple. No, I don't know.
F that guy. F that guy and his pizza and his Bitcoin. I'm still mad about it, dude. Do you remember Captain Sparkles from YouTube? Do you remember that guy?
I'm very vaguely familiar.
I used to watch. This is the dude that made all the Minecraft music videos with the Usher songs.
Oh, yeah.
That guy.
Okay, I have him on iTunes, actually.
Are you serious?
I have some of his songs. Yeah.
I used to watch that guy's YouTube videos when I was a kid. Like, I was a Minecraft YouTube kid. I'm not afraid to admit it. And that was a guy that put me on Bitcoin when I was in middle school. And I considered, what if I put some money away in it? I'm like 10, 12, however old, and I didn't.
The problem with like that then is that like you couldn't buy Bitcoin on an exchange. You had to go through. You either had to mine it for yourself, or you had to go and
dark web it. You think?
I guess you'd have to. I don't know.
No, I can't just go buy a USB drive from someone with Bitcoin on it.
This is not a crypto.
Some guy with a fedora.
Yeah, this is not a crypto podcast.
It's not, but I would be doing this full time probably. I know. I think if I had all that money, I'd probably still want to do something part time. Like I would just want something to do every day, or else I'd get depressed.
Okay,
I wouldn't play guitar every day.
Here's a question. I think about this all the time. Like, so you wake up one day, you win the Tennessee lottery for like $100 million. What are you doing next? Like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna buy a bunch of? Are you gonna go quit your job? Like, what are you gonna do?
I'm not gonna quit my job. I can tell you that right now.
You actually like your job though.
Yeah, that's true. Buy land, definitely. First thing I'm probably gonna buy is land. Probably won't develop it. I would buy wooded land in the 251. I think it's the first place I'd buy land. So I would have a home base and set up like, concrete, electrical, water. I'd have that infrastructure set up. So if my whole life goes downhill, I bought it and I have that. After that, I'd probably keep my job for a little while, or I'd bump down to part-time. I'd probably stay full-time for like a month or 2 months, however long they like needed me to stay part-time, because I don't want to just, I won the lottery, I'm going to leave y'all high and dry. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'd get an RV, I'd get a brand new Toyota Tundra with the giant pull-behind RV thing.
Okay.
Like a big one.
Okay.
How would I learn how to drive that at this age? Practice, I guess.
You could do anything with a little bit of towing
I don't know. I've
practice.
sounded super selfish, man. Like, it's not that I wouldn't take care of my family, but I just won the lottery, man. I'm gonna get some shit for myself.
I would say everybody, and I'd move to like New Zealand or something.
New Zealand?
No, I'm just messing around. I wouldn't actually do that. I don't know. I'd definitely quit the job I have right now. 100%.
Yeah, I understand
out
that.
the door.
Working for Cigarettes and Suits.
That's
a band name.
Cigarettes and Suits.
Cigarettes and Suits.
Hey, you better bleep that out. You don't want people to know that. That's your band.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna take that one out.
Bleep that one out.
That's it. Cut that.
Cut that. I don't know. Just big moment.
Yeah. Would you get a boat? How much is this lottery that we're talking about?
It's $100 million.
$100 million. That's not enough for me to get the boat that I want. I would get a egregious. Like, that's not even the right
living
time
on the
to
open
use.
seas. I'd buy a 17th century
Like a pirate ship.
Like a pirate ship.
Oh, who's scallywag head ass whipping this John?
I'd hire some privateers. I'd go sail the open
Would you make
seas.
them dress up as pirates? What would they be wearing?
if I have $100 million, they damn well better be dressing up like some freaking. We're gonna be doing some pirate role play.
Would you? So let's talk about like the diversity hire here. Like, would you look for a guy with an eye patch, or would you like take an employee and be like, you're gonna have to make a sacrifice, bud?
No, dude. I'm getting a peg leg. I'm getting a
guy with a peg leg. Or are you gonna cut someone's leg off?
So you're not gonna find anybody with a peg leg in today's society, but I'd probably go find some dude who was like I guess an amputee, and I'd be like, hey man, I'll give you like $1 million to wear a peg leg.
All right, now think about this: Special Olympics rowing team. Do you think they'd be a good? What the f are we talking about?
What the fuck are we talking about? This is great. Okay, hook hand.
Hook hands.
Or I'd want like, shit, who's the dude? I don't know. Who's the guy who always has like a bunch of contraptions or whatever? I don't know. I want a guy
Captain
with like
Hook. Go Gadget. That guy.
Yeah, that
Dr.
guy.
Gadget. Is it Dr. Gadgets?
I don't know. I never watched that show.
Yeah, that show's for fucking lamos.
You
watch
let's
Dr.
ostracize
Gadget.
more of the audience. Go frick yourself,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm completely kidding. I don't know anything about.
Let's go off the
Dr.
rails.
Gadget.
Let's
Is
say
it
some
Dr.
crazy.
That's why I said, man, just say wild and outrageous. This is a safe enough space, I guess. I don't know. I've gotten better at editing, so I can pretty much cut out any dead air and just cut to whatever.
I just love my favorite podcast noise in the world is like a bleep, like just the whatever the Hertz bleep is, or whatever Hertz it is. I don't know.
The bleep in the prologue was all right. The bleeps have gotten better. I've kind of had to work with like the volume levels in it. Oh, if we're gonna talk about wild and outrageous stuff, I know a bit that Did I tell you about the stupid I came up with last week about shopping carts? My life hack about where do you get a free shopping cart at?
Go
Give
on.
me a sec. So I'm on my way to my friend's football game.
Yeah.
Have I told you about I have a coworker that's in a women's professional football league? I probably told you about that.
You have not told me that. That's new. That's news to me.
So I'm on my way to my friend's game, and I pass a bus stop, and I see like a bunch of shopping carts hanging out by it. I'm like, something about that. There's something there. So I was like, life hack. Like, this is some Trailer Park Boys level. Like, if you ever need a free shopping cart, man, go to the bus stop. They're just extra ones hanging out there all the time. Like, homeless people can't bring. See, that's the thing. I haven't ironed out the kinks of what that bit is, but there's something in that.
There's something in there. Are you trying to get like a stand up thing going here?
It's just I listen to stand-ups all the time and podcasts, and I watch late night TV talk shows like Letterman. I watch a lot of clips from Letterman lately on YouTube. I don't know, so I just think like that. I think in like a bit mind. I guess.
I know that like my old roommates and I we used to like maybe ingest a few illicit substances and try to make things like
maybe
we might try to do something like, hey, let's make a fucking TV show. Just like everything, it's just like in that mindset, everything becomes a bit at that. Like you have three dudes sitting in a living room, and it feels like Seinfeld, and it's just like
at BH
there too. But there was one time where me and my two roommates were sitting in the living room, we're watching like The Penguins of Madagascar or something.
Okay, fire.
And my brother walks in just out of nowhere. Like we'd invited him like hours before. He always shows up late. He just walks in, have like a 2-minute long conversation, and then he walks right back out. And we're like, bro, that was like a Kramer moment.
That was a Kramer moment. He just, how did he walk in? Did he just like
No, just
fling
the door
open.
just opened up, and we're like, "What the?" And we turn around. He's just like, "Hey, me and Christian would be sitting on the porch in your hammocks, just hanging out." We're like,
What apartment was
okay,
this?
this was you never checked out
the one with the fireplace out front at the hub.
Yeah.
Dude, I hung out there a little bit here and there.
Shout out the hub in Auburn.
Shout out the hub.
It's very very, but it's a perfect college apartment.
Yeah. Another thing I'll say about Auburn that I said in the most recently published.
Oh, I doxed
episode.
myself. I went to college.
This guy. Bankrupt all tow truck companies. I'm
know.
gonna say it again.
I
Till
saw
someone
that.
parks in my spot.
I saw you say something about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna see how much trouble I can stir up by saying that over and over again.
So to go with that, and also go with your Sonder conversation you had in the first episode.
Yeah.
What has to happen in someone's life for them to wake up one morning and be like, you know what? I'm gonna go steal an 18-year-old's car for a living.
What?
Like this, he's like, you know what? Like that's how tow truck companies make their money. They go steal cars.
I mean, yeah, they're stealing cars, but they're like parked in a place where they're not supposed
Yeah, but
to be, technically. I didn't know what you meant. I thought you were talking about stealing an 18-year-old's car, just like you're just a regular person.
Just a regular dude. Yeah, no, I've done that. I've done that plenty of times.
Going to school.
I could tell you why I do that, and that's just because I'm a kleptomaniac. But like, as
I think I'm about to steal.
As a tow truck driver, what goes through your mind? So my girlfriend, she lived at the Avenue, and they had a bunch of guest spots, or not really. They didn't have a bunch of guest spots. So some people would pull up and they'd like run in, like get something. So you'd run in to someone's house, try to pick something up, and you get back out there, and your car was gone. Like you've been parked for like 10 minutes, probably 10, 15 minutes.
That's
your car's
insane.
gone. So I'm like, your entire job is patrolling around these like college apartment complexes, and you're just gonna go in and be like, oh, I'm gonna check all these cars. Yoink, $100.
Imagine doing that every single day of your life, and that's how you make a living.
Like what?
Stealing people's cars.
How does that feel? How does that feel?
Probably pretty bad. But I mean, if you're
These
a
people
bad
have no
person,
remorse.
if you're a bad person, dude, I bet that's so much fun.
It's so much
I bet
fun.
if you're just like a genuine, just piece of human being, I bet you're like, oh god, I can't wait. Go to work today and just snag someone's car, look at the despair on their face.
If you're a tow truck driver, first of all, you're a second of all, call into the show and tell us.
Well, they can't call. They can send me an email. If you run a tow truck company, send me an email about how it feels to take someone's car.
If you've ever driven a tow truck, I'm genuinely interested how it is and how you get to that position where it's like, dang.
I'll put a tow truck driver on the show. I'll do a full interview. I will do a full interview. Send me an email. Set it up for me because I don't have the time for that shit. No, I'm kidding. Send me an email, QLCpod@outlook.com. That is QLCpod@outlook.com. Subtle drop in there. But I don't know, man. It's a load of shit.
I've been lucky enough to never have my car be towed. I know you were.
I just knocked on wood for you.
I'll
you better knock on wood as well.
So far, let's just put the so far in there. But I've seen your car firsthand be towed.
God, still to this day, man.
Just
that game of Risk.
Yeah.
That one game of Risk. That was, I think, the only time I ever got towed away from there. And then I would park. Dude, I would take a picture of my car every time I would park anywhere in your apartment complex.
Like a guest spot?
Yeah, so that it showed visitor on there.
Yeah, so I was really worried about getting my car towed from there, even though I had like a parking spot. But we had, I guess in college we had like our own house, me and a couple roommates. So we got to do things there that we wouldn't be able to do like usually.
Like that badass party y'all threw?
That's what I'm getting into. Yeah, I'm going to brag about, I threw cooler parties than everybody else in college.
It was badass,
That's basically
dude.
all I have to say. My
Shout
parties are better
Kate
than yours.
Dallas. Lame-ass name.
My parties are better than yours. You'll never top it. I'm not even going to tell you about it. I'm going to gatekeep the party.
Yeah.
No, actually,
we won't talk about it. No.
But I was going to say that like we had one party for my roommate's birthday, and somebody walked over my car. Like I go out into the parking lot the next day, and there are footsteps on my windshield.
Are you serious?
Like shoe prints. Yeah.
Why would someone walk on your car?
Because
what?
I don't know, man. What goes through a fucking college student's head when they're drunk and I can tell you, I've been there. But
I've been there too, but not to the point where I'm gonna walk on someone's car.
So my next party we threw, I was like, I'm gonna move my car all the way down the road.
Yeah.
So we had the neighborhood north, we had the north and the south. We were in the south, so I was like, I'm gonna move my car to the north, up there. I'm gonna park it over there. No one's gonna see my car. No one's gonna touch it. So I get up there and I'm like, I don't need to park in a visitor spot. I'm gonna save a visitor spot for all these people coming to the party later. So I park in a regular spot. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be totally fine. I got my car tag. I go to get my car the next day. It's still there, luckily. But I look in my car tag. The north and the south side were two completely different tags. So if someone wanted to, they could have towed my car, even though I was still in my own neighborhood.
That's wild, though, dude. It was just that one pair of neighbors that you had across the street. 'Cause I was in their visitor spot.
They didn't like anyone to park it. They tow people from their visitor spots.
Yeah, those people are. I don't know what
they're probably tow
deal
truck
is, man.
drivers.
I bet they are.
The
God. I will get on, dude. I get so heated about that, but I mean that's something that people like. That's what Kurt always says. Kurt and I have full conversations about what type of I should be saying, like paragraphs, like just yell about if someone pisses you off at work. Just eat their ass a lot. Not
Wait, pause.
Pause. All right, life. Oh, dude, we can talk about the whole PC thing. Because I know you're going to be a PC man, too. I'm going to kick my feet up.
Put your feet up. We got a whole...
Yes, sir.
You can enjoy the gamer chair while I enjoy the cuck chair.
Yeah. Every hotel got the cuck chair.
Every hotel got the cuck chair.
Is that like a... Not a slur, but is that like
not
a word?
A slur. A cuck?
Is that like a word that I would probably have to bleep out? I probably will just for the bit.
Just for the bit, but then no one's going to know what we're talking about. So
just like talking. That'll be something I cut out. I've definitely created a new bit with that.
I was reading a book. And the guy was like, "Yeah, he came over here and gave me a handshake." And I was like, "I don't know." It was written in the '60s though, so I see how
Dab
that
me up, cut.
What
book was it?
You're gonna bleep that out, and it's gonna be like, "Damn, this guy's a racist."
Oh God,
canceled. First episode.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're enough episodes in now that people understand.
Well, no, I'm gonna get canceled because I want to come on the show.
Are you saying you're the one that's got the
I'm gonna
issues
get canceled
with people? Well, would you say earlier my top 5 least favorite races: Daytona, Talladega.
I love Talladega. I can't say anything about that, but Daytona's overrated. That's my that's the worst race in the whole world.
Dude, I'd be lying if I said I was a NASCAR fanatic. I'm a phony when it comes to the NASCAR knowledge.
I don't know. I'm definitely bullshit. I just wanted to make that joke.
It's a good one too. I think I delivered it there fast, and I kind of stole your valor with that one. That one that I just said, I totally came up with it, and I give no credit to anyone else.
Speaking of stolen valor, so in the prologue you were saying, it's like one of the first things you were like to give credit to Willard.
Yeah.
For the name, and so for a second, I made this joke to my brother when I went down to Auburn for his birthday a few weeks ago, and it was right around this time when your first episode came out, and I was like, our first episode that I recorded, it was supposed to be like the opening act.
Yeah.
And it got deleted. And then I was thinking, wait, I got to burp.
Okay.
You can cut that out.
Yeah, we're good.
Definitely cut that out.
We'll cut it in post.
But I was talking to him, and I was like, you know what? I bet he deleted that shit on purpose.
Hell no, I did not.
Because when that podcast blows up, I'm gonna have naming rights over it. Like I'm gonna I don't even know. Like you've seen the Social Network show.
Yes.
How the guy like takes Mark Zuckerberg and gets like a few $1 million out of him for like naming rights and shit. He's cutting me out for naming rights.
That's not at all what happened.
He corrupted the file. He deleted it completely. So one day when this blows up, I'm not even I'm gonna be a fart in the wind. I'll be gone. Out of here.
Well, the one conscious decision was calling you Willard instead of Will Root in the prologue. I did that on purpose.
Now you did.
Huh?
Now you just said it.
I did that on purpose, but I didn't delete the first episode on purpose. See what had happened was I was still using Audacity at that point. And Audacity that's what we recorded on. We're recording on Adobe Audition today, but when we recorded in Audacity, I tried to edit it, and it basically fried my computer in that moment. Like it was gone. I still have like the first half. So there's recordings in there, but it's not the full episode. That full episode we did was good, man. I remember it took 30 seconds for us to start all over organized religion. Speaking of that, the other day at work, no, we're not going to do the whole path. But the other day, I said this like in front of, I think 3 out of 4 of my bosses. I said, we Catholics and our agendas. I was like, looking back on that, I was like, but hey, I slid by, knock on wood, and then I just checked my phone, immediate email from HR.
Oh, yeah. Nope, not happening. Not especially.
I think that might have been a boundary I pushed.
Not here in Tennessee.
Well, I mean, we're just above the bottom of the Bible Belt. This place is kind of fucked with all the shit going on with the government right now.
It is.
But we don't need to get into
we don't
the
need to.
political sphere
There's
of
too much
Tennessee.
stuff going on about that already.
Yeah, there's too much of that. We can talk about Hattie B's. That's what I'm gonna eat for dinner. In a little
I was gonna
while.
on you for a second.
Okay.
We went to a show at the Ryman a few
Yeah.
weeks ago, and I don't know if you don't know. I mean, the Ryman's. I guess I don't know if it was a church or if it's just based off a church. Or
It was.
So we were sitting there, and I was sitting with JP, and he was like, "You know what? I just got God just talked to me, and he said to get a Miller Lite." And I was like, you know what? I don't really drink Miller Lite, but I'll go along with it. I'll get one. We get it. I sit down. I have like 2 sips. I'm like, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I think God was wrong on this one.
I don't remember this conversation, but I'm not surprised it happened.
Here I am drinking Miller High Life. Shout out Miller High Life.
Yeah, shout out all Miller products. I was at my brother's wedding, not this past weekend, but the one before that, and this is right around when the whole Bud Light thing happened. Which, dude, I'll still drink Bud Light. It's literally just water and beer.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, man. Floor is yours.
If you're really that pissed off about a f***ing person advertising for a company, you're a f***ing idiot. I'm sorry. You're a f***ing idiot.
I mean, yeah, dude, if you're getting that mad about people drinking Bud Light because there's a person that has different views as you, like,
get the f*** over yourself, dude. It's a beer.
it is a beer. And people are so mad. So I told this guy, he works for like a company that only distributes Miller products. I was like, dude, you won. How does it feel?
You won the lottery, bro.
He didn't know what I meant at first. I was like, you win.
Self-sabotaging Bud Light. Anheuser-Busch self-sabotage moment.
They did, man. I talked to one of my uncles, and dude, he had the numbers ready. I was like, Unc, man, how you feel about the whole Bud Light thing going on? He goes, oh, dude, they lost $4 billion already. He had the numbers on deck, which tells me he probably has that conversation like every single day with someone else.
I went to my grandpa's birthday last weekend, and in the car ride, I don't know. Whenever I go to Thanksgiving or Christmas, I always like to get a rise out of my family. Like I come from a very conservative family, so I'm like, all right, Dad, what are your thoughts on this whole Bud Light situation? And he would not shut up about it. It kept coming up to the point where my mom was like, "Oh my God, we get it. Like, we understand what your viewpoint is. Like, stop. Like, it's okay. Like, at this point, you've argued more about it than it was like a 30-second clip was the whole thing, like the ad, and now people have made it like blown it out of proportion. I don't know. I got heated for a second.
It's okay, man. I completely understand. The whole Bud Light thing is ridiculous. I work with an older guy too, and someone asked the other day, I'm not going to get too much into like stuff that happens at work, but it was a good question. It's like, if you could be any drink, what would you be?
If I could be a drink?
And I told this guy, I was like, you'd probably be a Bud Light. And his is like an old conservative
I bet he freaked out.
Oh, I just walked away. I just said it and I just walked away.
I bet
I had something to do, so I was like, oh, this is the perfect time.
That man's sitting at home right now plotting. He's like writing down things he should have said to you. Like, you know, when you get home from something, you're like, oh, I should have said this during this argument.
Nah, he's not like that. He's not like that, but he just told me to go away. It's like, good. That's a good choice, just to say go away, because you could definitely say some terrible stuff in that moment.
Oh, no, man. To put a bookend on it, I'd say everyone, you have your own viewpoint, but, man, don't overreact to stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's silly.
But basically, I'm never drinking Bud Light again.
Yeah, so I'm drinking Miller. I got a box of Bud Lights. We should go take my AR-15 and go just blow the up.
Yeah. We should go just buy all the Bud Light so we can still support the company. But, you know, because we don't want other people to drink it, we should just throw it off the roof of your building into 8th Avenue. Just throw it on the... see if we can land it in the back of someone's truck.
I fired out a tweet last week, and I said, I'm about to fire up Hogwarts Legacy and crack open a Bud Light. It's like, that should piss off everybody.
Dude. J.K. Rowling. Well, is she for, against?
She's very, very anti-trans. Yeah.
So she's against it. And then the Bud Light is like, yeah, I see what you mean now.
For it.
I didn't know it was going to be like a whatever I'm trying to say.
I'm just try to piss off everybody.
Yeah, just say as much outrageous
I'm your local
stuff as you
local
can.
contrarian. I'm just here to make everyone mad.
I heard someone say contrarian like 20 minutes before I got here. What does that word mean?
It means someone who tries to be against everyone else's opinion. The first time I ever heard it used was when Jack was talking about Davis at Weagle.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, here comes Davis with his contrarian opinions all the time. I don't know. It's just someone who wants they want not necessarily they want to be different just for the sake of being different, but just someone who's just always has like a differing opinion.
Yeah.
So
I heard David say something hilarious this morning. I was listening to his final appearance on Compact Discourse.
Oh, really?
Dude, they opened the episode with something Jack made over a year ago, a bit compilation of everything that's ever been said in that past year.
Did I make the cut?
It was like 30, probably. I don't really remember, but it happened so fast. I was like, did I just hear Colorful Bird in there? Because I'm trying to see a colorful bird.
I made Dr. Pepper's deep.
I made Dr. Pepper's deep, man.
Dude.
God.
Kurt and Cater were... They were roasting your ass for that one.
Oh, yeah. Well, Kurt wasn't even tuned in. Cater's the one that was tuned in. Kurt's just a phony bitch.
A big fat phony.
See, now that I know how to use the bleep, I can really curse as much as I want.
Dude, I'm excited because I feel like I've been a little bit vulgar on the show so far.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to hear how this comes out.
It's going to be
post-prod.
Yeah, I'm deciding if I'm gonna edit this tonight. I don't know if I want to sit down and do it, man. I got my new computer, my new toy. I don't know if I want to play Halo yet or if I'm gonna try Rocket League on it. I played PlayStation on the new monitors and it was sick, but I don't know about if I'm gonna game tonight.
I'm so annoyed. Like I ordered all my laptop stuff, not my laptop, my PC stuff on April 18th.
Yeah.
Doesn't come in until May 6th. I got my CPU is sitting behind you on top of that box.
I'm trying to do the math right now.
Like
what is
3
May
weeks.
6th?
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday? Jesus.
So it'll be like 3 weeks.
It's like, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Oh man, that's tough.
So
you're gonna have to be home when they deliver it too. Well, maybe not.
No,
what else is left?
We have one of the Amazon boxes that you can just drop it in.
That's hype. That's super hype to have that here.
We have the Amazon locker. But yeah, no, if you're you got my monitor, my tower, and my CPU and my keyboard and mouse over there. But no, like pretty much everything that goes inside the computer has not come in yet. Like I still got my motherboard, my graphics card, my RAM, cooler.
You excited to put it all together?
It's me like building Legos. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I've never actually. I was sitting around. I was like, I want to do a prefab, and then I was like, you know what? I am gonna feel very accomplished if I can like get this and put it together myself and then power it on. That's gonna be a really good feeling when I finally get to do that. I was like, I'm gonna have to put aside like probably get it on Saturday and build it on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Just spend the whole day just putting it together.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it takes. I've never built a computer before, so
I have not either. I have my laptop, my Razer, which we're using right now. But dude, being able to I had to open it up. I had to take out like the expanding foam they had, and then it came with a bunch of extra cords. So I was like, do I need to plug a bunch of stuff in? So I didn't have to. I just flipped it on, like I powered it on, and it didn't turn on. Yeah. I was like, oh, you got to hit the damn button. Of course, a JP moment and a half right there. But I finally turned it on, and it's set up with my monitors, and I've got a webcam too. So I'm excited, man. I'm super excited with the processing power I've got, and I don't want to get it. I don't want to make this like the PC.
What are your specs, bro?
I mean, I can tell you, it's an AMD Radeon or Ryzen. Is it Ryzen?
It's a Ryzen, yeah.
It's a Ryzen 9, I think 5900 or something crazy like that. 16 gigs. I think it's
That's a nice processor.
116 gig thing of RAM.
This man is me multi-threading out the ass.
Oh yeah, I don't know how many cores it has, but I have a GeForce 30. What does T have? 3060? Do you know?
He's got a 3060. I'm getting a 3060 as well because the 3070 was like $400. Or no,
I think that's what I got.
It was like $600 for a 3070. So I was like, I'll get a 3060 for like $350. I feel like that's a decent deal.
I think I have a 3070. I know I didn't get a 3080 or a 3090, but I got the 3070 Ti. Is it that at the end of it, or is that at the end?
I don't know. I got a RDX 3060 graphics card, and I don't even know. Yeah, man, my computer's also better than you. I throw better parties than you. My computer's better than you. Probably even drive a better car than you too, honestly. Yeah. Let's be honest.
You're just better, man.
I'm just better.
I'm
simply better than everybody.
Simply better than everyone else. I mean, that's my whole okay, actually, I will talk about this. Like that whole thing of like thinking that you're better than everyone else. I know for a fact you don't for real, and me either for real. But the more I do all this stuff, and the more I put it on social media, and then it's landing well, I have to like dial it back like mentally. It's like a weird ass phenomenon.
Your cynicism is kicking in.
It is, man. It's like I feel like I did like in college. There was just that like the whole joke like I'm him. Yeah. It's like you gotta chill out before it gets too far. Like I know that I'm not.
I don't know. Like that's I don't know. You're doing some like real shit. Like you're actually going and editing. You're doing all this. You're actually putting a product out there. You're making a thing. I mean, that's something to be proud of. Not necessarily to the point of being like, it's just I'll bring you back in a few minutes. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I'll have to gas you for a second.
humble me, please.
But it's like I don't know. It's cool. Like you got to be proud of yourself. Like I don't know. I work for a company. I go and like I do my work at work, and then I come home and I'm not like do whatever. But I'm like, hey, taking the free time.
But you're in better shape than I am, dude. I've been lacking so bad on the shape that I'm in lately.
Whatever. We live in America. Who really cares?
This is America.
This is
Childish Gambino. Oh, Mount Rushmore. I'll throw that in there. I have a whole bit on my phone of like
Mount
15
Rushmore
minutes.
Of who?
The Mount Rushmore artists. I'll just
Artists?
throw my 4 if you want to throw yours in. I'm not gonna dive into the depths of mine because I'm gonna publish it later because I've got a memo.
I'm getting put on the spot.
But I mean, we can circle back to it. We don't even have to do it. I can just I can tease.
Kevin Parker.
Oh, who's that? Who's that, man?
So he's actually
in a band, right?
He's in the lead. He's the lead singer of this band. I don't know if you heard of him. It's called Tame Impala.
No way.
They're I don't know. They're kind of underground. They're from Australia. But what's really, really interesting is that when you like look into it, you have to like go back and some of their lore and whatever.
Yeah, yeah. You have to look at the Wikipedia.
Yeah, you'll find out. No, I went to like Bandcamp or something to look.
Oh,
this up.
Bandcamp.
This is pretty. Yeah, it's pretty deep cut. But it turns out that
what does it turn out?
There's like 6 guys who perform at all their shows.
At their shows, but I thought differently, bro.
What'd you think?
I thought it was. I can't say it.
What did you think, JB?
I thought it was just one guy. And now that I find this out, that you're lying. I don't know how well the mic is actually going to pick it up. I'm afraid it's going to slide out. This like mic thing that it sits in is so loose. I need to either tape it together or find a way to tighten it. But
I keep looking at the levels over the computer to make sure I'm not like shouting and destroying the mic.
I know it's fine, dude. By post as well. Sorry, I was giving you a second to adjust that before I started talking again. My post when it comes to like normalizing the levels, I think there's like when it comes to favorites and editing and post, there's like I call it NHL. You normalize and then you hard limit it, and then I throw like an effect on it. This man's Snapchatting during the pod.
I am. I'm listening though.
No, I completely understand. I wish that I could play on my phone and do this the whole time, but I just
you go into phone mode. You go into straight up dad phone.
I
mode.
do go into phone mode. I turn into a damn iPad kid with my
Another story about my dad. He'd come home from work, or it'd be like he usually get home from work at like 5 p.m. when we're kids. And we wouldn't hear from him, and we'd be sitting at home, just waiting for him to get home. We're like, "Where's Dad?"
Mm-hmm.
We look down. He'll just be sitting at the bottom of the driveway in his cars by the mailbox on his phone. You can see the phone in the car.
Yeah.
And he sits there for like 45 minutes just sitting there. He's like, I don't want to. I guess he's just, I don't want to go home.
He probably hasn't checked his phone in a while that day.
Probably.
I get that because when I get home from work, I normally sit in my car. I listen to music sitting in my car for a good 10 minutes some days.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's like 15, 20 minutes that I'll sit there just because I want to catch up on the stuff that I didn't look at on my phone while I was at work because I try not to be on my phone at work. I'm bad about it. But
the complete opposite.
What do you mean? You're not on your phone at all?
No, if there's any downtime, I'm on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm just scrolling Twitter.
Yeah. I know how bad I am about it, but when I get home, dude, just before I go in, well, like, if my roommate's home, then I'll normally sit in my car longer. But if he's not home, because I'd like to go in, I just bring the music inside. Like, I almost immediately will connect to something and listen to something. Because when I get home from work, it's closer to 6 o'clock if it's like a daytime shift, and I want to go ahead and start prepping my dinner. So I want to have a headphone in or something just because, you know, I'm a human being with a podcast. I obviously can't sit in silence for longer than 30 seconds
not at all.
time.
I mean, you're like an adult baby.
Yeah. Coco Melon. I just watch Coco Melon all the time.
It's on TV usually all the time.
Yeah.
We can go watch it right now if you want to.
Yeah, you want to go watch Coco Melon? Yeah, the podcast.
Yeah.
Let's go watch Coco Melon. Not Coco Melon related, but this kind of brings me back to one of my cousins. I want to give a shout out. Oh, I wonder if that picked up on the mic. I think it might have that honk in the background.
Honk.
I want to give a shout out to my cousin Thomas. Not your brother Thomas. My cousin Thomas and his oyster company. It's the first unofficial sponsor. It's not really a sponsor. It's like its own business. But I want to find like copy that we can do for Holy Ground Oyster Company based out of Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Get your fresh oysters.
Go buy some oysters, dude. When you make oysters, or not when you make them, but when you eat them, do you like eating them raw or fried?
I'd be lying if I said I ate oysters in my free time.
Really?
I've had raw oysters before. My picky self has eaten raw oysters before. I ate them when I was a teenager, and that was back when I didn't eat anything. And I somehow swallowed it because it literally felt like I was eating a live worm. Like somebody just go out and dig my hands in the dirt, and I just eat a worm. That's what it felt like.
I'd never eaten oyster this far inland, but if I'm down at the beach or in Mobile or something, I definitely indulge in some oyster consumption.
If I fried it myself, like if I could cook the oyster myself, I'd probably eat it. That's just how I feel.
I used to not like it very much. I didn't, but then I tried some raw ones, and I was like, this is pretty damn good.
With the ice and everything?
On the ice, you get some...
what do you put on it?
Cocktail sauce.
Okay.
Put some cocktail sauce, some lemon.
Some lemon? No,
maybe
seasoning?
Maybe some Tabasco.
Okay. I have to have like Tony's with like everything.
Tony's would be good on it.
I feel like
Tony's or
good
Slap Your Mama,
everything.
or what's the other one? What's the other one that I'm thinking of?
Cajun Rays or something like that.
What?
I don't know.
I'm thinking of something.
They have this stuff back home called Viper seasoning.
Viper seasoning.
Talk about that heat, bro.
Cap.
Huh?
I'm just kidding.
This man.
What flavor?
That was a JP Hall moment.
What flavor are you
there.
getting from Hattie B's later?
Mild. When I got hot that one time, it was burning my mouth. I didn't mean to get hot, but you remember that I was getting clowned by Mr. T. I don't want to throw his name out there because I don't know if he listens to this at all. You know what I'm talking about. We went to Neighbors with he and his friends from high school.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were clowning me once we got to Neighbors, too. They were like, yeah, you were the guy that was on the phone earlier saying that the mile was kicking his ass. I was like, yeah. And I was embarrassed.
Man.
But, dude, I work with people that don't even eat spicy stuff. That was me a year ago. You remember the first time I ate something spicy? I ate that thing at halftime that was like full heat. You remember because you and Thomas didn't even sweat when we were with Ann.
Oh, yeah, we had like the Satan, like you're going, like, this is what hell tastes like sauce.
Yeah. And then y'all were fine. I was like, dude, hand it over. So I tried it, and it was fine. I sweated a little bit because it was actually like hot as shit. But then I realized that it was a lot easier to eat spicy food. So I eat spicy food. And also, while I'm thinking about her, shout out to Ann, bro.
Shout out to Ann.
Ann DM'd me that she's been listening to the show.
That's sweet.
Ann is more of a loyal listener than you. Yeah.
Than me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm only going to start
if you
listening
don't
now because
listen,
Ann's listening. Shout out Ann.
Yeah, shout out to Ann, bro.
I hope Asheville is treating you well if you're listening out
She's
there.
in Asheville, North
She's
Carolina?
in Asheville, yeah.
Dude, I'm considering moving there after I'm done here. I don't know how long it's going to take for me to be done here in Nashville, but I think Asheville's the next place.
Once all your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed here in
Yeah.
Nashville. Once you've done all the side quests and 100% in Nashville, you're going to move on to Ash.
Nah, I'm not going to 100% this town. That would take my whole life if I wanted to do that. I just want to complete my side quests. Or like, I don't know, my main quest. Well, the main quest line would continue on before I 100% in Nashville.
True, yeah.
In gaming terms. In nerd terms.
For all you people who don't know, a video game usually has quests that you have to complete in order to progress the story. And there's some also side quests that you have to do. So,
and there's normally a
I know.
protagonist.
Not everyone plays video games like us. I mean, come on.
You been enjoying that Hogwarts game?
I've been watching Abby play mostly. I don't really play that much.
Yeah.
I play a lot of Minecraft.
Okay.
Mostly. I play a lot of Minecraft. I'm gonna play my first game I'm getting on my PC. I'm gonna play New Vegas, which I have not played. I played a little bit on the Xbox 360, but it's gonna be so much easier. I tried to play it on like the controller, terrible.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play it on PC now.
You want to have an interesting conversation?
I'm always down for interesting conversations.
What's gonna happen in the realm when we're all on PC?
You can play the Realm on PC.
Okay, I didn't know if you wanted to start a new one since we're all gonna be on a new chapter.
I don't know. The only reason I would ever want to start a new Realm is that we could all be in the same spot together.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I would do it. Because I know right now we're all kind of spread out doing our own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like that I'm away.
Yeah,
like,
I know. There's a lot of
area.
chaos that could happen if you're with other people, which I've noticed. So like we can go do stuff, like we can go mine together, we can go fight some Ender Dragons, do whatever together. But I'm definitely gonna keep it going because Thomas and Christian both play on PC.
Yeah, that's true. Because you can get the
You
Bedrock
you can
version.
get Bedrock,
Is that what
and
it
then
is?
Bedrock is crossplay, so you can keep that going.
Ah, okay.
We could get a Java realm going on PC.
That's what I was wondering. I didn't know if you wanted to do a Java realm next.
Yeah, we could do it. We could do I don't know, not like what we're doing right now.
But what sucks, man, is like I haven't been on the realm in forever because every time I try to, my controller does that thing where it like spins me around.
Oh yeah,
without my consent, you know.
Without your
But
consent. Yeah.
so I mean, I could probably
Maybe
just download it on my new computer.
You could definitely get it on your PC. Yeah, no, people who listen to the podcast, if you want to join the realm, spots are always open.
Are there still spots open? I feel like we're at capacity.
It's infinite spots, but only I think it's 10 people can play at one time.
Are you serious? I thought it was
So-
only 10 people could be
No,
on the
we have
roster.
like 20 people in the realm,
Oh,
but only
shoot.
10 or so. So it's the most people who've ever played on that realm at a time is probably like 6.
Yeah. That makes me feel pretty good about it then, because I haven't been on it so long. I was like, dude, how long is it going to be until I get rotated out of the lineup?
No one's getting rid. Like there are people who have not even stepped foot in the realm.
Yeah, that are still on the.
If you're listening to the podcast and you want to play Minecraft and you're not a total f***ing griefer idiot, then yeah.
If you're a jackass, if you mess up the work that I put in, there's been a little bit of creative mode.
Don't worry,
with the bridge, but
I've always I'm God when it comes to that Minecraft realm.
yeah, no, I witnessed it, man. I think were we at your so we're in a new apartment now. Obviously, we're at one down the hall from where you were. I think I was at your apartment whenever Chris and Thomas were on, and you were just like, "I'm gonna take away his stuff just for fun."
No, because so we have. God, I feel like we're explaining Minecraft.
Are we gonna go on a
listeners
Minecraft
right now.
rant on the podcast to close it out? I think
To
we're
close
getting
it
near
out.
an hour.
All right, so just to keep this quick, so we can maybe go to one more topic or so before we finish.
Okay.
But we have this is to deal with morality as a whole, not just Minecraft. This deals with human nature. This is a lot deeper than Minecraft, JP.
Okay.
So we're gonna be very utilitarianist, and we're gonna build a big spawn location for everybody to go meet up and join. Maybe have a Nether portal.
Mm-hmm.
So I give these guys some creative mode privileges to go, hey, we're building this is for everybody. Let's just do this. Let's do it together. We're all gonna do this. It's fine if we're on creative mode for a little bit. Just don't man, it's Minecraft. Like, why do you is it never mind. But so I see like a few days later I hadn't taken their privileges off because I'm like, oh, I trust these guys. They're over here building a whole ass stadium on creative mode. I'm like, man, really? That really defeats the whole purpose of a survival. Man, you got creative mode for a reason.
What is the name of their stadium? What is the sport in their stadium?
It's
is
baseball.
It football or baseball?
The name is not very PC, so I can't really repeat that.
Okay,
Or I could tell you, but there's a backstory behind it. And
is it something Depot?
No, their Home Depot is like their country or whatever.
Okay.
But no, they have a very non PC backstory to go along with their baseball.
Yeah, there's a
stadium.
lot of non PC lore. There's been a lot of stuff.
There was I was talking. So my buddy Evan, you know Evan from Auburn, or I guess I should maybe say his name. Our buddy E from Auburn.
Oh,
Yeah.
the writer.
Our buddy E from Auburn, he just moved here to town.
Yes.
And I went to go get drinks with him the other day, and we were talking, and somehow the Civil War came up. I guess because Nashville was it was like it seceded, or Tennessee seceded, but Nashville was basically like a Union city the whole time.
Yeah.
So we were just like, man, Civil War is about states' rights. It's like, okay, well, a state's rights to do what? Well, to not be governed by a large military, to not be governed by the federal government. It's like, well, why would you not want to be why would you not want to be governed by the federal government? Oh, so we could have like, well, God, what's the word I'm looking for?
Our own laws,
Kind of like, yeah. It's just
so we can be self-governed.
so we can have self-governance. Like, well, self-governance for what reason? And then it does. Well, we want states' rights. Like, we just want to be independent. It's like, why do you want to be
You
independent?
just keep going back.
It's just
and
a
forth.
big circle, like you said.
Because there's
all the time.
something behind that.
There,
I wonder what.
I don't
one
know.
law
I
was.
don't know. But
Why did the Civil War start? It's like the North wanted the South to stop doing something,
I know it's wild.
but they wanted to be independent so they could have their own.
They
They wanted to do their own thing so they could have their own laws so they could keep doing that one thing. What was that thing, dude? It was something. They made movies about it.
They made movies.
12 years about that one.
12
movie.
years about it. Dang. Yeah, the South is.
Yeah, no. We might be getting a little bit too far.
The South is.
We might be getting a little too far.
We're in the danger zone, JP.
We should just secede. Dude. We should just secede, man.
Oh, I hope everyone out there can differentiate our voices.
Yeah, I really hope that people can tell that I'm joking right now. I'm wondering how well that one's going to land when I say that we should just secede. No, just me and you, man.
Just me and you. From what? And
I don't
why?
know. Just why not?
What's our reasoning?
Dude, I just need something exciting in my life, man.
What do you mean by that?
I have no idea. I have no idea what I mean. Like I said, I'm just saying wild and
I don't know where
outrageous.
I'm going right now. You know what?
We went from winning the lottery to seceding from the United States.
From the United States of America. This is the United States of JP's podcast.
Hell yeah. Well, the podcast that you named, The Quarter Life Crisis.
I'm at least a 10% stake owner. Actually, you know what? We're going to wait and see if we get canceled, and then I'll determine if I'm a stake owner.
Yeah, after this one, this is probably the most outrageous one that we've had so far.
I don't know. I'd love to come back on the show. I don't know. I guess we're probably getting close to the end here. I'd love to come back on the show if you'll have me.
Dude, anytime. Well, now that I have a dedicated at-home setup, I can do all the work there. Well, I can do all the post there, and I can do the work on the road. All this stuff is... I could put all this stuff in a backpack. No, not in a backpack. But I could probably get like a smart car or something.
Like a Freddie Benson cart from iCarly.
I don't know what that is.
You never watched iCarly?
Or what was his car?
Oh, I thought you said cart. Like a tech cart.
No.
Like walk around with your laptop on a cart.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Pull up to my apartment, walking down the street with a little cart.
Yeah.
Gotta put it in the elevator.
Take the podcast literally down the street. If I had a way of like keeping this stuff powered, because that's I think what Nikki and I talked about was doing the show at Bonnaroo. Which is basically impossible unless I had a...
Yeah, no, you could get a generator.
Oh, I got something we can close this out with, because there's going to be enough edits that this is going to be under an hour. What's the next concert you're going to?
Oh, my gosh. I was going to go to the Backseat Lovers.
At the Ryman?
But I'm working the night shift during that, so I will not be able to go to that one.
You already have tickets?
No, that's the thing. I was gonna buy them. Abby had to work that day, so I was gonna surprise you since you brought me to the Tedeschi Trucks.
Oh.
I was gonna bring you to the Backseat Lovers concert.
Damn.
But
it's all right.
I know Goth Babe will be here next month, but I already went and saw him, so I'm not really that.
Basement or Ryman?
He's somewhere else. I don't know where it's at. Maybe Music Works or something.
Marathon Music Works?
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe. I don't know. I know that the Arctic Monkeys and Boy Pablo are both coming in September.
Arctic Monkeys? Who are they?
That's actually...
They're super indie, right?
It's like the Smiths, but if they were like way indier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. You probably haven't heard of them. I know. Sorry, I didn't mean to like...
The Smiths? No, I've never heard of them. They must be super underground.
They're very underground.
Why is that bit so funny, man?
It never gets old. It's like we're just beating the horse to death.
Yeah. No, the horse is...
The horse.
I don't want to get into the graphics of how
there's a horse carcass laying on the ground right now. We're still beating it.
So Backseat Lovers is no longer happening.
No.
I'm going to see Dead and Company in May, man.
When is that?
That's Memorial Day weekend. What, man?
I'm not gonna be here for then.
Where are you
going on vacation with Tanner?
Oh yeah, you're all going to North Carolina.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to Atlanta for it though.
Oh,
so
that's
me
true.
and me.
You're not gonna be here.
I need to get on my tents, my tailgating tents for Bonnaroo, but I'm gonna get them early. I'm gonna get one of them early for this concert because we're gonna get there early on, so Hugh can get all his like the merch. You know, I'm gonna get some merch as well.
Hell yeah!
But we're gonna set up a tailgate tent next to the car, and we'll have like a spot. Like we're gonna tailgate the concert and hang out with hippies all day in a parking lot in Atlanta. So
how many?
I'm gonna bring my AR-15.
What's your over under on whippets consumed?
Well, it depends, man. There's going to be a bunch of different ways people are consuming them. Because, like, balloons are, like, the big thing now.
You're going to boof the whippet?
Boof the whippet? I don't think I don't plan on doing any whippets at the concert.
I think I'd boof a whippet.
A little quick whippet? Well, okay. Someone walks up to you with a free balloon that's, like, the size of, not like a giant one, but like bigger than a baseball. Brings you a balloon.
Giant whippet the size of an average size whippet.
A whippet balloon the size of a watermelon. Someone gives it to you for free. Do you accept?
I'm not doing that. I like having a brain.
Yeah, I don't think I could see myself doing whippets, but I can see the temptation. After seeing that dude do a whippet live on that Joe Rogan, oh, this guy listens to Joe Rogan. That guy.
That's what's gonna cancel you.
Yeah, after seeing that guy do a whippet live on Joe Rogan and just have a miserable time, I just don't see myself doing any whippets. So I'm staring at that fan in the corner. My left foot is asleep right now.
Yeah, no, the bed is definitely higher than the chair you're sitting in, so the blood is rushing to your
to your knees.
Oh,
is that it?
I think that's it.
I think we're gonna have to call it. Well, I guess we'll close it out with don't do whippets.
Or do them. I don't care.
Or we don't really.
care.
I don't really give a shit. Smoke cigarettes inside at funerals of family members. That no, dude, I can't.
I'll leave you with my
that.
parting advice.
Okay.
As long as you're not hindering anybody else, do whatever the you want.
Yeah, just don't destroy people's property.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like being for real. Don't destroy people's property. Say outrageous stuff like we are. In the right context, in a safe enough place.
Don't
into a microphone.
Into a microphone that's going online.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and wear your seatbelt.
Sweet. I've been Will.
Don't drink and drive. I've been JP. And this has been another episode of The Quarter Life Crisis. Only on Spotify until I put it on YouTube and Apple. See ya.